Twitch, I use the he, him pronouns, and this is my YouTube channel where I play awesome tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is a campaign that I have been running for the Gauntlet community. The Gauntlet is an online group of a large number of awesome gamers, friends and aficionados who like small press, as well as small book, indie, story games, and OSR, tabletop RPG. If you don't know what those terms are, just like, you know, role-playing games, like D&D, but like different. This is Star Wars Saturdays, where every Saturday I load up with a whole new group of folks. And in the, so every month we will choose a different game. I choose the game. I don't know why I say we, royal we, who knows? Folks from the Gauntlet community come together and we will tell a story for that month. This is an anthology series. The backdrop has been the movies until earlier, a few months ago in October, GauntletCon 2019. We moved past the original trilogy, so we are in the time frame probably not that far off from The Mandalorian. Return of the Jedi has happened. Palpatine is dead. He's dead, guys. Gone. Once you go down that shaft, there's no coming back. And Empire is in the process of falling. We are on Coruscant, which is the capital world of the Empire, where it still holds sway, still very much in effect. And we are on level 1313, which is 1,313 subterranean levels underneath the surface of Coruscant. If you watch the Clone Wars CGI anime series, which is now on Disney Plus, there were a number of episodes that took place there with Ahsoka Tano and Asajj Ventress. You don't know what any of that means, don't care. Doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. Basically, subterranean, cyberpunky world. There you go. Boom. Done. We are playing Hutt Cartel, the third of 3 sessions. Cartel is a game from Mark Diaz Truman. Very awesome game designer. Cartel was originally designed for stories akin to Breaking Bad and my personal favorite, Sons of Anarchy. I don't even know if Mark Diaz Truman's seen Sons of Anarchy. I'm just throwing Sons of Anarchy in there because freaking love it. And there's like drug stuff going on in there too, like for real. So Cartel is about Mexican narco fiction. I've taken it and made it into Hutt Cartel. It's a light reskin where I've just taken Spanish words and replaced them with Star Warsy words. It works pretty well. We have a cast of nefarious folks who are part of this Hutt Cartel. But please be advised that while this is probably like an PG-13 to R rated game, that we do have the X card. So if there's anything that causes you guys to feel uncomfortable or feel like this is something that's a bit too much, all you have to do is indicate an X. You can make an X. You can hop on our Roll for Your Party link and tell us what the content is. I'll stop the game. I'm not going to challenge you on what you X carded because I don't have your lived experience. I respect it. And it could be even a thing that was okay last week and now all of a sudden you're X carding it now. That's cool. Just let us know what the content is. And then we'll excise it from our play and we'll move on. We've got 5 wonderfully talented, intelligent folks. Nothing will be a roadblock to us. We can make whatever canon we want. If Disney can pay billions of dollars to Star Wars and strip out entire decades of canon, extended universe stuff, we can change stuff too. It's awesome. We also have lines and veils. We have a veil on death or endangerment of children. That is the thing we will not see directly on screen, as it were. We're not going to describe it in detail, but it is a possible content plot point that we can have. We just have to make sure that we don't dwell on it. A veil also on suicide. We have a line on sexual assault or sexual violence. That's not Star Warsy to me anyway, so I wasn't going to have it. Now we just know. Animal abuse, there's a line on that as well. And a veil on domestic abuse, which is good to know. So there were a couple things that we were interested in from the lines and veils thing. Abuse of power and toxic relationships, which is great. That's kind of what Hutt Cartel is built for. So yay, glad to hear that. We have a new player who's joining us for our 3rd and final session. We will do our very best to make sure that Scott is welcome and we accept his new character and we'll integrate him into our play. Scott, welcome. Please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your character.
Sure, I'm Scott. My pronouns are he, him. I'll be playing Sarah Zahn or Zan. She is a she, her. She is the assassin, a career path she stumbled into by luck when, let's see, let's come up with something. She was working in a restaurant, a cafe, a cantina, of course, because it's a Star Wars, and went to dump the trash down the trash chute, and it stumbled and saved an assassin who was about to be killed, and that assassin then took her under her wing and trained her, and they've gone their separate ways for an unknown reason, and found my way to Coruscant and into employment. And
Awesome.
she is how would I describe her? She's human. She has blank eyes. She's a bit short and stout. I was thinking like a teapot. So I was thinking somebody who is actually like overweight, because that doesn't get played a lot or even mentioned. But she's very short, so she can sneak in places. There must be teapots in Star Wars. They're in the ancillary justice universe. So
There we go.
And she's just dressed in street clothes, so she kind of looks like normal when she's out and about.
That's that's very, very interesting and also kind of terrifying, because I've seen your gear list and weapons that she has access to. Oh, by the way, there are 3 keys. They start on row 34. You need to choose 2 of them that are active. So if you could take a look at that and just let us know, or just highlight those 2 so I know. That's how you get experience points in this game, is leaning on those particular keys. Awesome. Thank you, Scott. Keith, welcome. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
I am Keith, he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Cheek Yusak, the Jawa cook for our cartel, also he, him pronouns. Probably to you, all Jawas look the same, so you can picture what that looks like in your head. But particularly, he has especially cunning eyes if you stare to look into those orbs for any amount of time. He is an excellent cook, has a wonderful hidden away lab, makes wonderful wasted, known by the street name of Darth Jawa, and got into it for the science. His cousin got him into it for the money part, because he had financial difficulties supporting his aunt, his cousin's own mother. So there's some family stuff going on with that, and he was initially trying to get out of the cartel, but at the end of last session indulged in his own wasted and used all of his resources to do so. So he is at a bit of a crossroads now, and we'll see where things end up with him by the end of this session.
Awesome. Thank you, Keith. Leandro, if you could, please introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, my name's Leandro. I use he and pronouns for this series of Star Wars Saturdays. I've been playing Mira Sunfell, the Crooked ISB agent, or ISB stands for Imperial Security Bureau. She's basically the person who the cartel has a connection with inside of the Security Bureau for as long as Galactic Empire is still around. I don't know, just apparently a battle of some sort in Jakku about to happen. So who knows? Who knows what might happen there? I'm sure Rich has some ideas. Mira is the eldest of three women. Her sister has gone missing for reasons. Check out Star Wars Saturdays for all of that. She thought herself quite cynical, but her sentimentality was pushed to limits last session due to her rookie partner having her leg blown off, and Mira having to decide whether to get these bunch of drugs that she wants for reasons that weren't really elucidated, but we'll get to that later, or helping her new partner. She chose the latter, and now she's feeling real guilty about it because her heart has not gone cold as well as she thought she had. So that's her issue anyway at the moment.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Leandro. And last but certainly not least, Tyler, please introduce yourself and your character.
Hi there, I'm Tyler, he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Screech Montback, he, him pronouns as well, the kingpin of our little plaza. He is running for the cartels, for the Hutts, this drug and kind of, I imagine we're also doing a bit of protection racket, that sort of thing for the neighborhood. And he portrays himself as this urbane, very benevolent sort of overlord of the area, but is known to have a horrible temper and become very violent when he's pushed. He is friends with Mira, the ISB agent, who he grew up with. Her family helped him escape because he was a child of a diplomat who was on the wrong side of things when Palpatine took power, and so he fled down below, and Mira and her family sort of helped raise and protect him, and he feels a deep kinship with Mira. And I suppose that's about all about him. He's just a swell guy all around.
I mean, he's a captain of industry, as it were. It's so good that 1313 sector has him and not some, gross Pike Syndicate member. Oh,
it could
gross.
Be far, far worse.
All right. Well, Scott, we're going to circle back to you. For Sarah, you have some ties to hand out. Now, again, I did not redo the ties. That's probably the one bit of developing this game that I should have done, and we'll take a look at, because a lot of Cartel has family relationships. When you're playing all kinds of different species, like a Jawa and an Amwati, that could be a little challenging. So we'll try to work those out and use the spirit of them to create some ties for you if you run into any problems. What were you thinking from ties?
I'm just copying them over to the character keeper. All right. I was, whoops. Is it okay if I just go open it up to the table to see which one interests everybody?
Sure.
Okay. I will read my first one. I'm going to owe somebody for getting me out of a tight spot. I won't die for them, but we both know that I'll need to settle up.
I'm up for that one.
All right. So that's Screet. All right.
Kingpin got you out of a tight spot. That's great.
That means I really owe the Kingpin. All right. And then let's do the last one. Somebody carked up something crucial. I had to clean up the mess before things got messy with Coruscant security or a rival drug cartel. A rival cartel. Hutt Cartel. Anybody want that one?
I had been the carked up for our last assassin, so I would probably pass on that if possible.
Fair enough.
So you cool with that then, Leandro?
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a moment to think about what I could have carved up.
Sure.
Probably something to do with my family. Sunfellows aren't great.
I mean, it could have been something for Nina. It could have been for something for Papa.
Yeah. The funny thing is, when I was trying to come up with a character for this, I'd come up with the youngest Sunfell, who was going to be also an assassin, but I had to change playbooks. She was going to be the worst one.
All right, and so while you're thinking about that, then is it Cheek? It's Cheek, right? Okay. Yep. Cheek got me back in business after I'd retired. Tell how you feel about your return to the game and don't be shy. Yes, so I decided to go straight, make a living maybe as just security. And I'm actually pretty happy. I appreciate Cheek talking me straight, as it were. I wasn't built for a life of wearing a uniform and just waiting around to get shot or to just retire old and bored. So in that way, Cheek is somebody I really, really appreciate their advice.
I'm totally picturing. Well, I don't remember what happened with Cross at the end of the session.
Oh, Cross basically said, "Hey, Screet, the heat's pretty heavy. I'm gonna get out for at least a while, if not a long while. So he escaped after taking out, one of your cousin's cousins or something.
That was our previous assassin. So I'm picturing like I was feeling that there's been some talk that I am a potential kidnapping target and like I'm in danger. And I think so I probably was trying to recruit some other muscle in there is how that happened. Like, hey, that's no good. Come on.
Nice. So Sarah just recently got back in the game. Are you good with that, Scott, for Sarah to be like just stepping back in right now kind of thing?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Good. Now, pose it out to the three established characters. Do you have any ties that you can throw back towards Sarah Zahn? I know we're like 3 sessions in and we cycled through a few characters. So if you don't have any that you are unassigned or any that you wanted to recycle, that's cool. I just thought I'd ask.
I don't think, because the Pib one I don't think quite hits, and it would literally be just flipping assassin for assassin if I took the one I had with Grass.
It's true. Okay.
The same way for the one I have with Crass. Even though it would actually fit Sarah as well, being the target of a active investigation.
I mean, I could flip my Pib one. Pib got me into the business. I can change it to I got Sarah into the business, which is kind of what I was establishing, but I don't know if that adds anything for us if we've already talked it out.
We've already got that established. Yeah. I think that stands on its own. That's good enough. Cool. I just wanted to pose it out. I appreciate it, everybody. We have some start of session moves. Oh, Tyler's going to step away. That's okay. We have other start of session moves. Crooked ISB agent. Don't you have something to do with infiltration?
Yeah. Start of session. I roll with grit. I'm just going to do that. It's +1, I think. That's a 9 on a hit. I get wind of an investigation before things get messy, and that's all I get because I got a mix of 6.
Okay, get yep, that's it. Okay, cool. And then cook. You're fully stocked in cooking at the start of session. You get to roll with grit for cooking.
All right, this is not a strong hit. I got a weak hit this time. So we have to figure out what that means.
On a 7 to 9, you cover your nut, but you have to mark stress or use up the last of something vital.
Oh, I think maybe I did that last time and I ran out of the good vital. So let's mark stress.
All right, sweet.
Oh, and that reminds me that I use my experience points to buy a new move. Screet's not even here, so he won't know. I bought pushing so I could sell my own product. When you offload product on the street, roll with hustle. Don't tell Screet.
He thinks Pip's still doing the work, right? But it's really Cheek on the side there. That is awesome.
I'm sure Tyler's shaking his finger for some other reason. That's probably unrelated. Moving on. Next person, do something now.
Oh, this is good. Oh, man, I can't wait. I like super want to open that up. All right, so you mark stress, which means you're not short on any stuff. We're going to open up at brunch, friends. Some time has passed since Pib Weebler got yelled at by Screet Monkbonk for his terrible choice of underlings. He is now really strapped for people because he has only one person on his team, on his gang as Auric. He's lost both Krazo and Diz, so it's just him and Auric trying to move all the product. But for some reason, Screet, Cheek's still moving all that all of Cheek's product is being moved. I almost misspoke there. For some reason, Pib Weebler is still moving all the product somehow. You're not sure. It's pretty efficient. It's like, you fire somebody and then just didn't have to pay OT, but made everybody else work harder. It's awesome. You're currently at brunch. Some time has passed. Mira and you are having your normal brunch. But we should probably go with your open session move here. Screet, the beginning of
Alrighty.
session, roll with control.
And again, tell me if I start getting feedback, because the cord has died, it seems.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Oh, dearie dear. What's it roll with, face?
Control.
Oh, control. That's 2. So it's still shitty. I have a 6.
Awesome. So, first of all, I just want to say this thing has been in my head for 3 sessions. Every time I say roll with control, I think of Janet Jackson. Now, hopefully, all of you guys will too. All right. So, with a fail, let's see. On that particular move, I think there's some prescribed failure stuff. On a miss, one or more of your troubles catches you in a vulnerable spot, Hefe, before you can adjust. And let's see, what are your troubles? We have robberies. You're in the middle of a violent dispute with another cartel, Core Pike, in the Pike Syndicate. And then your plaza has been recently infiltrated, although you've really kind of taken care of the mole trouble.
The mole, yeah.
Yeah, you did that one. So we'll just X that out to show that you get stuff done.
I also have Coruscant security coming from my unsophisticated drug runners staff.
Wait, where's that?
Top of the list, very top of the list.
Trouble, Coruscant security. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Totally makes sense. Awesome. So talk to me a little bit, Screet, about the place where you and Mira are taking brunch today.
Well, Mira, I'm curious. Do you think we meet at my abode, or do we get seen out in public? Do you want to be seen in public with me?
I think there probably was a time when we went out in public, but given our profiles, so to speak, we've had to become a bit more discreet. There probably was a very nice cafe we used to frequent, but back in the day. But one has to be smart about what we're doing, so I think it's probably at your place.
Okay, so at my house.
Nice. We haven't had a scene there in a while. What's the most interesting aspect of the place where you guys are currently having brunch? Is it some kind of interior large dining area? Is it out on some kind of a cafe table type thing overlooking parts of Sector 1313? What do you imagine how Screet would?
I think its most distinguishing feature is I have a hollow wall that shows like a surface level lovely vista. Since we live so far below and never see the sky, it is some very attractive, as though we were up on probably even like my home planet.
I dig that. That's really cool. What part of your home planet is it showing? Is it some kind of like piece of a large city? Is it an ocean? What do you think?
I think it's an ocean. It's probably got that very Italian, the Mediterranean sun and looking down upon it and all of that.
Nice. And then, Sarah, you are an assassin under Screet's employ because Screet's the kingpin. Where do you think she sets up? Is it a thing where she's in the same room as them, or she stays just nearby to eavesdrop and be aware? What do you think?
Is it me or Sarah you're asking?
I'm sorry. Hey, Scott, for Sarah, as the assassin under Screet's employ, where do you think she normally sets up? Is she kind of person that just stands behind Screet, or do you give him his space? Do you go in another room, but stay near to eavesdrop? What do you think?
I think she goes into another room. I think she doesn't want too much attention called to herself, so she doesn't stand around him when he's meeting with anybody.
Awesome. So among the enforcers, like Sarah, I imagine you're more like an independent contractor. You work for Screet, but you don't have anybody under your command. You just kind of you're a hitter, right?
Yeah.
So there's an enforcer who works with the 5 to 10 loyal enforcers that work for Screet. He's a Duros. His name's Fontun Treacherous. He's on the NPCs and Places tab up near the top on just row 2. Just to get an idea of him. He's around. You get the feeling that he isn't aware of Mira Sunfell's station as a member of the ISB, because he's been asking a lot of questions about, well, who's this lady? Who's she? So you know who Mira is. How are you handling Fantoon's curiosity about this?
I think I'm just, what was the name? Doros?
Yeah, Duros is the species. His name is Fantoon.
Oh, okay. I see who I'm looking at now. Okay. So repeat the question again. I'm sorry.
Sure, no problem. So Fantoon doesn't know that Mira is ISB. So he has no idea who this person is who occasionally has brunch with Screet or why it's important. And he's offered you a death stick. And he started trying to feel you out for like, so what's the deal here? Like, what's going on between the two of them? And he's just generally needling around to try to get a little bit of dirt or try to understand exactly what the secret is. Like, what does she have? Maybe he's even jealous. You're not sure.
What do you think that's your business?
Hey, I gotta protect Screet, right? Screet's an important guy, and I mean, Pike's been working with people. He got to that Jawa girl. So I figure forewarned is forearmed. I mean, not that I want 4 arms. I meant like so I'd know ahead of time.
I wouldn't mind 4 arms, but I understand what you're saying. Well, let's keep an eye on her. You know, I don't know, but if we keep an eye on her, then we'll be able to keep him safe.
Yeah. So is he like slipping into her on the side or something?
Probably. She was, you know.
She's not, for humans, she's not ugly, I guess. All right. So because he's needling and trying to figure out what's going on, I think you're trying to justify your behavior. Let's just do our jobs. Let's ignore all of this, right?
Yep.
So let's see you justify your behavior. That's a basic move. When you try to justify your behavior to someone, roll with face. On a hit, he'll broadly accept your logic and trust your answer.
Face, lovely. So -1. I got a 2.
Ouch. Yeah, ouch. He says, assassin, you're full of poodoo. I'm not going to let you come in here and lie to me and make a fool out of me. He kind of moves closer. He's got that big Duros head, right, and those crazy, weird alien eyes. He says, I don't even think you're a real assassin. You're just some kind of poser. I think I could take you. That's what I think. What do you think, Sarah Zan?
I know you can't. And I don't think that right now is when we should resolve this. But we will resolve this.
Ooh. So you trying to get him to go along with Not right now, but later?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds like you're pressuring him. So luckily you don't have to roll with face on that. You do roll with hustle, which is a 0 for you.
Hustle. A 2.
Awesome. Cool. So, yeah, you talk about, hey, let's do something later, and he leers at you for a little bit longer. Then it looks like he's gonna relax, like back off. He steps back a little bit, and then that's when his comm link goes off, and he answers, is like, what is it? Because, hey, you better tell boss man, they're Coruscant outside. What do?
I'm gonna start. Let's see. So there's the one entrance that we came in for this building.
Yeah.
And then the boss is in the other room.
Yep, boss is another room. This is his home, right? So
Yeah.
Coruscant security, which is kind of like the cops, they are outside, according to one of the enforcers that's downstairs, maybe near the front door, keeps an eye on it.
All right, so I'm going to get myself into position.
Mm-hmm.
Say, you check the door. I'm going to back up here with my rifle. We can't have anything interrupted right now.
And Fetu looks at you and goes, "You don't give me orders, assassin. Go tell Screet what's going on. I've got this under control." And he turns his back on you.
You better have this under control. I'll head into Screet.
Cool. So let's jump back a little bit in time, because I actually want to see this brunch before I rudely interrupt it. Leandro, for Mira, what does she eat for brunch when she goes to visit Screet?
Ooh, this is where I out myself for not being up to snuff in terms of Star Wars culinary.
All you got to do is just be a regular foodie, and we'll pretend it's space food. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. So probably... So there's brunch. I'm imagining bacon and eggs, for sure. Some toast and some, for sure, blue milk. Why not? That makes it more Star Wars. And the eggs are, I don't know, light green because of the species it came from. But definitely, it's the sort of like, it's not beer and pretzels. It's kind of like, it's functional. It's brunch. It's fuel, not sophisticated.
Okay, cool. So not sophisticated, just very, very kind of... All right, what about Screet? What is he eating for brunch?
I imagine Screet is doing more of the cheese and fruit sort of thing, a bit of a nice bread, that sort of feel.
Nice. What do you guys normally talk about on your brunch? Do you talk about work? Do you go out of your way not to talk about work?
My guess is generally I inquire about family. We have pleasantries, and during course of conversation, if there's something we need to tell each other that's beyond that and important, we ease it in. Does that seem good for you, Mira?
Yeah, that sounds about right. It starts off, it's a slow burn sort of conversation. We don't get to the most, because I doubt we're the kind of people who gets to talk about pleasantries with most other people.
Right.
Much. So we'll take time to savor that. Although I think what you probably noticed is like Mira is a bit non-committal about family at the moment. You probably asked.
Oh, that was getting ready to ask. Would Mira have asked Screet for any help trying to locate your younger sister?
This is what she's gonna get to. She's saving it for the end of the conversation.
Into the conversation. Awesome. So Screet, just so we're covering a little bit of your start of session move, you have been you've been having quite a bit of trouble with robberies. You have the feeling that the fact that he's running a little bit light, it's not like you have multiple hawks. You don't just have Pibweebler, but your guys have been getting rolled a few times. What makes you pretty sure that it's the pike is that they're not killing your hawks, they're robbing them, which could be setting them up to go poor enough. They're shutting down your pipeline, and they're not making any credits, which means they might be open to just flipping the next time they get a shipment.
Right. And I haven't heard yet back from my guy to getting a meeting with Kiema.
Not yet. That's still in process. Your Alderani fixer is working on it. He actually will say that a message arrives from Rich has forgotten his name. Sorry, I'm going to jump down and grab his name. I've got it in the NPCs. I moved some people around today because I do that when I'm thinking about Diego. Or Tiago. He shoots you a message, says, give me a call when you have a moment. And so you guys are nearing the end of the meal, and Mira, you're about to work on the ask when Sarah Zan steps into the room.
If I can, a little before we hit the...
Sure.
Mira, my dear, I will admit that, well, the other day was unpleasant. I hated to see open battle there. Is your partner all right?
Well, she's alive. She'll live, for sure. I'm just worried that her sunny disposition might not have survived that, but... well, that's the life we've signed up for. It's just... open war like that, Screet? That doesn't seem like you.
It was an unusual situation. These pikes have been a considerable thorn in my side. And truth be told, Mira, I owe you. Well, things could have gone most unfortunately had I been discovered there. I have something potentially that could help you and your partner if she's ambulatory at this point. How would you like to take down the Pike Syndicate?
I think Mira was usually when Screet is talking, Mira is chewing on something just so she doesn't interrupt. So she takes a moment to just chew, and then she swallows, and she says, "Well, less noise would be preferable, but." Well, I have to wonder, Screet, what do you think I can get from having less noise around?
Well, I would think it would be a prestigious collar. Someone that you... such a nefarious gang, so infamous here in 1313. It would be, well, quite feather in your cap. You could make another rank climb the rungs, as it were. I like to see you climb.
Screet, if this opportunity was given to me a year ago, I wouldn't have hesitated to grab it. But don't mention to anyone you heard this from me. Well, you heard it from someone, but you heard it from me. Scuttlebutt inside the ISB is that, frankly, they're shocked that we're still around. Given events and or wherever. Frankly, I'm shocked that most of us in that system are still around in one way or another. I could climb the ranks for sure. I could go as high as I'd want, and I'm glad for the opportunity, Screet. But I'm afraid that however this ladder I'm climbing on is about to collapse anytime soon.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I hate to hear that. I like stability. Then is there something else I could do? Let us say we put a pin in this Pike issue. Though I
Oh
assure you,
no, I'm quite willing to help you with the Pike issue for sure. Don't
good.
worry.
I plan to have Pike, its head and most of its important pieces in one place. You and Corsac coming in and wrapping them up would solve a lot of problems for me, solve a lot of problems for this entire sector.
Well, I wouldn't mind less noise. And you've got your plans, Screet. And well, I don't always mind helping family out.
I appreciate that, and anything else I can do for you, you only need ask. And I do have a new move, by the way.
Ooh, you do?
I picked up with my XP called what's it? Eat something.
Got that from the spouse, right? That's awesome.
So if I share a meal with someone, I get to roll with face, and there's a little questioning. So shall I roll?
Oh yeah, no, hit it. I was waiting for the roll. Sorry, I should probably do that emceeing thing. Hey, you should make that roll. Engage that move.
Fudging whore. I rolled a 5.
Awesome. On a miss, everything goes to Poodoo, but it wasn't your people's fault. Oh wait, wrong one. I'm reading big shot. On a miss, hold 1, but you let slip your secret fears about your family or spouse to your guest.
Yes. Mira, the truth is, the Hutts are not kindly employing us. What Pike's doing right now is cutting my ability to fund them. They're not patient. I don't handle this soon. Well, I would not like my chances of staying, well, enjoying the lifestyle and life that I have here in 1330.
You do like to indulge yourself. As she looks around the room, which has always been adorable. Don't get me wrong. Wow. Funny. I'd actually come here to ask for 2 things, and one of them does involve you staying on the level you're at the moment. And it's more of a long-term. It's more of a long-term proposition. Basically, when that whole imperial system finds sites to crack down, I would not mind a job offer.
Really?
You know me, Screed. I have no love for Empire. Our family never did. It's all just us trying to hedge our bets. Some of us want to go do horrible things for the Imperial military. Others went to create corporations to prop up the Emperor. My racket was security. But that racket's about to run out. And not maybe next week, but in the coming months. But of course, if there's no offer, there probably won't be an offer for you if the ground on your feet is shifting, as you say.
I provided things go according to plan, I should be more than capable of finding, well, employment for someone of such exemplary skills as you, here or off planet.
You're terribly sweet. Screed. She takes a sip of blue juice, I guess. That's what it is. Did you want to use one of those hold before Sarah jumps in?
Yeah, let's who are you protecting?
I think this is the point where Mira like sighs and just, but that's one thing. The other one involves my sister Nina, who, well, you probably noticed popped up in the wanted boards lately with a bounty on her head.
Most unfortunate.
It's reckless of her. She had a good gig going at Viscosity. She was a decent enough bartender who can fix some jobs, whatnot, and then it's frankly, I don't know what got into her to think that she could just go off and just recklessly murder someone who had a bounty on them as well, but decides on the day the Emperor dies to just go off and attempt an assassination of her own, and now she's paid the price for it. And just, I don't know where she is. Screed,
Mira, you have but to inform me, not even ask. As it turns out, an associate of mine has just left Coruscant, an excellent tracker and one who is quite capable of this sort of job. Just let me get in touch with him. I'm sure that he will find a way to locate her. He has contacts in the Bounty Hunters Guild. He may even be able to procure a tracker for her if she's got a bounty on her. We'll find her, Mira. It's the Familia. We'll take care of it.
Sorry, I thought Richard were about to say something.
I feel like that offer is perfect to be sitting on the table with Mira's not quite accepting it when Sarah steps in with the update. Sorry.
Corsec's outside. Sorry to interrupt.
I'll look over to Mira immediately. I can't hear you.
You're muted, Leandro, for some reason.
What? Hello?
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really weird. Hold on, let me fiddle with this mic. Okay, cool. She's speechless. No. I think you hear Corsec, like Mira immediately like is alert and she says, I need to go.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Do you have a way? You must have a way out. This is your place, Screed.
And I'll direct you towards a sliding bookcase and a ways.
Nice. So let's see. You push your luck to try to get out of here without Corsec sighting or recognizing you.
Okay. Well, I have a contingency plan in case something happens, but
Ooh.
It's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I was again, push my luck. That's with grit.
Do you want to offer? Well, you can do it after the fact. That's right. Screet can offer help after the fact if he wants.
Let's see. What did I get? It's an 8, so would be helpful. We got a +1 if anyone helped. So
okay,
it's fine. It's fine.
7 to 9 things don't work out like you'd hoped. I'll tell you how you can turn things around if you act quickly, make an ugly choice, or tough it out. So you go through the I love the idea of the bookcase that slides away. That's amusing. I'm rolling with it. As you do, you head out, drop into an alleyway, and you see at the end of the alley is none other than a pair of Coruscant security guards that you know are on the take. They are Rich is posting this. I need to stop moving people around because I moved. There is Thomas, Kath, and Jan and Talise. These Coruscant security guards are, there are a couple of guys that work for Screet, but they don't know that you work with Screet, so they're going to spot you if you drop Screet's name in any way. They're going to roll, but then they know that you're working with him.
Yeah.
Or you could try to continue to push the lie, but it's going to seem a little suspicious.
Were they one of the two guards who overheard me last session talking about going to brunch at Screet?
Yes. They make the connection. Like the moment they see you, Thomas Kath, he is like, brunch. And like when they go in, they're going to see brunch. He's totally going to get it. What do you do?
I think I'm just gonna like full on like officer mode and just kind of like stride up to them, and they say like, "Aren't the two of you supposed to be with your unit?"
Covering the back exit.
Right, the back exit that is fully known to all of Coruscant.
Trying to justify your behavior right now, it seems like.
Yeah. Oh, look, I have a lie ready in case they ask, but I could try and justify this for sure.
Oh, okay. Here, let me open you up for the. What are you doing here, Mira Sunfell?
That's classified. It's not on your pay grade right now. I'm trying to figure out what their rank is because I can't just call them Thomas and Jan.
Oh no. We'll say one of them is effectively like a corporal, and one's a. They're both corporals. That sounds about right.
Corporal Kath, Corporal Antilles. It's classified at the moment.
Justify your behavior. Roll a face.
Yeah.
Oh
wow,
my goodness, is that boxcars?
Yeah.
And on a 10 plus, they ask you a few tough questions, answer them to clear one stress. One of them says, Thomas will say, is Screet Montbank under some kind of ISB investigation?
Wait, who said which one said that?
Thomas. He's the curious one.
Corporal Kath, it would be foolish of us if Screet Montbank isn't under some sort of ISB investigation. Right now, we are at a delicate moment of our operation, and the less loose lips about it, the better. Now, the two of you are fine, upstanding Coruscant security guards, hence why you're here, hence why you're smart enough to put it all together. So you can be taken under confidence. But, like I said, things are delicate at the moment. If less know about it, the better.
Antilles is very interested in the idea of being important and having secret information, but Kath, he buys it, but he still feels like there's something more. Maybe he thinks he needs to tell Montbank about the ISB having him under investigation. That sounds like it'll actually work pretty well for Mira. Awesome. So because Keith, we need to see how things are going with him, we're going to jump over to Cheek. Cheek, I kind of would like to have it be brunch time, and you wake up in a place that seems vaguely familiar, but isn't your own home or where you normally cook. It's Jawa sized, and after a few moments, you smell Darth Jawa on the air. You're in some Jawa's apartment.
So this is not immediately afterwards, right?
It is not. No. Some
About
time
how
has
much
passed.
time has passed, would you say?
At least a week.
Okay.
Is it too much time for you?
No, I'm just trying to figure it. So it's not like the immediate, oh my God, what have I done? I have a sense of some of the stuff I've done. So yeah, I'm guessing I'm still in my street clothes and rubbing the sleep out of my eyes, checking the time. And I don't know if you have anything lined up, but if not, I totally want to do that. I'm supposed to have brunch with my aunt. And I'm like now running late and I don't know where I am. So I'm scrambling, trying to find my moccasins and throw them on and trying to at the same time figure out where I am, kind of getting a sense where the smell is coming from. Do you smoke wasted? How does it?
I don't know. Do you?
Yeah,
Like
I guess it's crystals, right? Yeah, they're pretty crystals. So
yeah, pretty crystals. Kind of like the idea of similar to like an opium smoke type thing. The door opens up and is Orak, member of Pib's gang, and he's got a little like hand water pipe thing going on with some wasted.
which one was Zorak? That Zorak.
Orak he's the one who's
Orak.
he's solid, ready to throw in whenever Pib needs him. Pib's right hand guy, and also the only NPC that's alive from Pib's gang.
Where did Pib die?
No, Pib's alive.
Okay.
My brain thinks him in a quasi PC NPC state.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that he didn't die, and I forgot.
No, he got yelled at.
Yeah,
By
he did
Screech.
get balled out. Oh shit, Orak, Poodoo, what time is it?
It's 11:45.
Oh my goodness. I'm supposed to have brunch with Tobin. Why?
It's basically lunchtime. So you don't have to
brunch
do
is
that
lunch.
now.
You just have breakfast food. I know you wouldn't understand that. Look, I have a series of questions, and I need the shortest answers you can provide for me. Can you do that?
Yes.
What did we do last night? Why am I here?
We got high. You got sick. I carried you here.
I got sick from what we were doing.
You said it was too much. I asked you if it was a bad batch and you got mad.
Yeah, there's no bad. Unless we're doing someone else's stuff, it's not a bad batch.
Why
Did we
would
start doing someone else's stuff?
No.
Yeah, well, then it wasn't a bad batch.
Right.
I've told you about the second reification unit, right?
No.
Second reification unit?
It sounds
Oh, my goodness.
real cool.
If I didn't have the corundum, then I wouldn't have been able to. There's no way I'm cooking it without engaging the secondary reification.
Well, that's how it doesn't smell, right? I remember you said that once.
Poodoo. I'll check the settings afterwards. Look, you still have that speeder bike? Was Pib letting you borrow it? The one you were working on?
Yeah, it works mostly.
Well,
Just
I need to
don't
get
go into
somewhere.
third. If you can go straight from second to fourth gear, you're good. You go in third, it's gonna stutter.
Okay, keys?
Right. Tosses you the keys. There's like a little rabbit's foot, a little lucky rabbit's foot on the thing. It's like a space rabbit. Who even knows? It's a lupin. It's Lupin's foot. Oh God, that's terrible because they're a sentient being. Oh, that's the worst. Okay, awesome.
That's something they might do though. So
Yep. Not out of bounds.
all right, yeah, I will take off.
Cool. So yeah, you take off and head to, we'll say that during the day, just for Viscosity is actually a relatively chill place. It doesn't have this heavy neon going, and they actually have a grill and serve up a little bit of food So you head to Viscosity, and as you're walking in the door, Tobin is walking out. Like, she's got her stuff, and she stops. I thought you forgot.
Wait, she's at Viscosity? Is that weird? Or is that...
I don't know. Like, I don't think so. Like, Viscosity to me is, like, I'm imagining the idea of, like, this is a cantina at night, but during the day, they've got to make some money kind of deal.
So we were going to eat at a place, not at her house. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was just making sure I understood. Because now I can lie. I forgot that we were going out. I went to your place. Remember, I had offered to cook brunch for you one of these weeks. I thought that was this week. And, my stove at home is a mess. I really need to find a nice Jawa to settle down with, like you suggested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm justifying my behavior. I know.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, there's a move for this, and I'm not good at it. All right, but that's fantastic because everything's coming unraveled. And that is, I'm pretty sure I have a negative face. I do. That's a 5.
She steps close and she sniffs. I've been through this with my son. The last person I expected to go through this was you.
Yeah, she's got me on that one.
This is you. I already know the places where you can get cleaned up. I found them all for Pib. He never took my advice.
No, this is not Orak. Orak, one of Pib's enforcers.
She makes this noise.
Oh no! For some reason I feel like she's gonna take her shoe off and hit me with it.
I worked so hard, and Pib always has the easy money, and he's lost 2 of his best friends with this life. Cheek, don't. She reaches out and she grabs your hand. Don't get mixed up in this life that they call it Darth Jawa.
I'm gonna take a stress.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do that.
You should, yeah.
Yeah, I know, Auntie. I know I'm hanging out with the wrong people. But I swear I'm not using. I seen what that does to Pib.
Okay. I mean, you are a grown Jawa. It's your choice if you feel compelled, but I just don't want to lose another.
I'm looking for a way out. I really am. I've got some leads. There's a woman who might be able to help me. I don't need rehab because I'm not. I don't need that. But yeah, I need alternate employment, and I have someone. I'll go talk to her right after brunch. Do you still want to have brunch? Can I buy?
Yes. You.
It's gonna be the most awkward meal. I should.
Yes. She's all gracious about it. She says, "Yes, let's eat. It would be nice to spend some time."
She definitely has a move that Tyler took. That lets her roll when she's having a meal
with my favorite nephew.
Oh my goodness. I would like to veil that meal because that's gonna personal traumas, I think.
Yeah, it sounds good. It's awkward. You feel terrible. She needles you very, very gently, but in that compassionate way that aunties can do when they care about you.
I think the takeaway from it is, while I am like trying to earn her pride and, failing by being like, oh yeah, that movie you liked? I saw it. It was so good. I understand why you said it was a cinematic masterpiece. No, okay. I listened to. I'm also like sending messages to Sarah, trying to get her to meet with me because like I'm kind of on board with her being maybe interested in finding alternate employment with me. We'll see if the fish bites on that, but that's my desperate Hail Mary play. So I'm imagining at this point she's very busy, so I wouldn't expect messages back. But whenever she's able to check her comm link, they will be there.
That sounds lovely to me. We will explore that in just a little bitty bit. So Mira is taken off. Sarah, you're with Screet as Screet goes to answer the door. And there's Coruscant security there, but there's also another person there. An ISB agent by the name of Rex. She has her left eye is a cybernetic replacement. It's one of those where they don't even pretend that it is a human organ in any way, shape, or form because it glows a kind of city red.
Ooh, yeah. As I was going to the door, I would have, Phantom, anything we have that can be problematic, get it out. Sarah, stay close to me. We want no violence here. If they have to take me, then, we'll do the worst violence of all. We'll call our lawyers.
The worst violence of all. I like that joke. Yeah. And so, Sarah, when Screet tells Fentoon, hey, you are in charge of this thing, Fentoon gives you this significant look like feels like he just got the coolest job and you didn't. And then he turns to go get rid of all the incriminating evidence that might be around.
And I'll open the door. Hello, can I help you?
Her hands clasped behind her back. ISB agent Rex fully intends to walk into your domicile. Like, as soon as the door opens, she's just going to walk right in. What do you do?
I think that I will be in that sort of position where she's going to have to literally push me.
Oh, nice. So you're getting in her way. Okay,
right,
good.
Yeah, I've got the door here. I'm between the jam and all, and it's that sort of thing of, if you're coming in, you're going to have to physically move me.
That's cool.
I'm not resisting. I mean, I'm not violent.
I get you. And I'm not going to put that to a roll. Her intent was, I'll just walk right in as soon as this door opens, but you stand in the doorway and she pulls up short and looks up at you. And you can hear that soft, like, when the eye moves, the cybernetic eye, you can hear it mechanically move.
Officer, I don't think I have the pleasure.
I'm Agent Rex of the Imperial Security Bureau. You are Montbank?
That is correct. And it is, it's truly a pleasure to meet an agent of our beloved Emperor. May his name be always remembered.
Yes, thank you. I've been tracking your movements, Mr. Montbank. Perhaps we should have a conversation inside your domicile.
My movements? I hardly go anywhere. A homebody is what they all say about me. But, of course, I'm guessing that there's no need for all of these people tromping through my tiny little abode, though.
I think you are trying to offer her a little bit, maybe try to get her to go along with sending everybody else away.
Well, at least keeping them outside.
Okay, that seems fair. It sounds like you're, I don't know if it's necessarily pressuring. It sounds like you're offering a deal, kind of. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's, God, I hope it's face. What is it?
Propose a deal. You roll with face.
Yay. I like rolling with face. I say that as I've rolled terrible all day. Ooh, but that one ended up being an 11.
All right. On a 10 plus, fortune favors the bold. Oh, that's sorry, wrong. I keep reading the wrong thing because I'm highlighted. On a 10 plus, they have to choose. Take the deal as it stands or mark stress. She's not going to mark stress. So she turns and looks at all the Coruscant security folks and does this just gentle like them, and they kind of disperse. And she's not afraid of you. She'll walk right in. She notices you, though, Sarah, because everybody else in Screet's organization is busy hiding all of the drugs and stuff. And we pan up, and there's like a Gamorrean, and then our Duros, Ventoon, and Ventoon is looking at the Gamorrean holding it, and the Gamorrean says, it's a water pipe. And he's just get rid of it. So back to you guys. Sorry, I don't know why I wanted to cut away, but just live with it. Maybe it'll end up edited out. Who knows?
I'll look over to Sarah. You'll have to pardon my companion. We were just having brunch. Perhaps you would care for a spot of tea.
No, thank you.
Please. And I'll take her to the same parlor that's just been exited and kind of give a look over towards Sarah, that meaningful, we don't need to kill her. Let's not kill her.
I'll follow in and pick up a teacup.
She walks in. She looks at the parlor. Her hands are still clasped behind her back. She's wearing the white imperial tops, got the little bars and everything. She seems to be judging your taste more than anything before she answers. Mr. Montbank, Sector 1313 has a great number of nefarious individuals causing problems.
Oh, tragic it is.
I would assume that you're well aware of this, and that's why your compatriot is so heavily armed. Is that true?
Sarah, one can never be certain of what the streets will be like.
Perhaps you should reconsider your activities, Mr. Montbank.
What activities do you mean, Agent?
Before her untimely demise, a Jawa informed me about the activities of your organization.
Oh, dear. One can't trust the dying words of a Jawa now, surely, Agent.
She peers at you for a little bit, and you hear the cybernetic eye whirring. Think you're trying to justify your behavior now?
I'm trying to, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Go ahead and roll with face.
Oh, come on now. Ooh, that's another 11.
Ow! Okay, dice.
Face, don't fail me now.
10 plus, she asks a few tough questions, answer them, and clear one stress. Help me to understand how it is that you are associated with the Jawa known as Pib Wheeler, Orak, Diz, and Krazo.
I believe that I've heard of them on the streets, some of them have run errands or done minor repairs for me. But I don't know what you're insinuating. My personal thought is that they might be involved with what are they called? The peak, the pike, one of these more unpleasant sorts that infiltrate here.
If they are involved, it is not a very pleasant involvement. You see, one of them was killed by a member of the Pike Syndicate recently in a conflict on the warehouse by the docks.
Oh, it is a shame these sorts do eat their own, don't they?
There is a very dangerous drug that's moving the streets of 1313 called Darth Jawa, and a particular gang of Jawa are selling it. Those Jawa have done work for you, Mr. Montbank. I find myself curious. But you say they've only done a few odd jobs for you, is that correct?
Yes, odd would be the word I'd use.
Indeed, they are scavengers, Jawas.
Mm. Is there anything I can do to assist you, Agent? I've always considered myself, an upright citizen willing to help where I can.
Mr. Montbank, here's what I would like for you to do. This Pike Syndicate, if I have any information about them, it would be very helpful in regaining the peace for Sector 1313. And then, if this Darth Jawa is not a name I hear about again, then I will feel like I've done my job properly.
Of course, Agent. Whatever I can do to both bring peace and not only to our little sector, but to your mind, I will most willingly do.
Good. And also, please have your compatriot obtain some licenses for the weapons that she carries.
I look over at Sarah. Licenses. I'm sure you're all caught up, aren't you, my dear?
Perhaps one may have slipped expiration, but always.
We'll tend to it, Agent. Thank you for your vigilance.
Good. I do have access to check chain codes.
Of course you do.
She places her hands behind her back and she'll turn on her heel and march herself back towards the door. What do you do?
Oh, I'm definitely letting her go.
All right. Awesome. Good. So, Mira, we're going to jump ahead a little bit. I want to have you at the medical facility. You're there, being the only family listed on Mai's registry, and she's being checked out. So, yeah, she's gone through a week of rehabilitation to get herself used to this cybernetic leg replacement. And so they wheel her in the little, space wheelchair to the very edge as the B1 medical droid checks her out. So I'll ask you a question, Mira Sunfell.
Mm-hmm.
While it is true that because Anmai was wounded on duty, that her medical insurance from the Imperial Security Bureau kicked in, there were these certain copays that had to be taken care of. Is she still on the hook for that, or have you been helping her out?
I mean, if you're asking me to strain some finances,
I am asking if you'd like to strain some finances for a family member.
Yeah, absolutely. I promised Papa Sunfell to look after Anmai. Can't say no to Space Kevin Nash. What would you make me do?
Who could? No one can.
All right, let me look through this. When you strain your finances to get you one roll, one for each. You've recently come into a large sum of money. Nope. That's what drugs were hoping. I was hoping to get me that, but nope, that didn't happen. You will accept something counterfeit or stolen. No, I don't want to. Well, for one thing, I don't think I can, and other things I don't want to. I don't want to skimp on my recovery. 3, you have a contact with useful connections. I have criminal contacts. I don't know if
Mhm.
this is if this would help in any way. I'm willing to say no. I'm fine. I'm fine rolling flat.
Okay, roll flat.
Yeah. Famous last words.
You've been rolling great. It's
Well,
fine.
no, well, I was due. I was due. I was due. Oh, that's a 5.
Your purchase is out of reach. Gene will tell you why you're unexpectedly short.
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh, do you have any ideas on why you might be short?
I'm not sure. Well, for one thing, I don't know what a copay is. I don't think we have that over here.
That's just where I'm just making the empire terrible and Americanocentric.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
thing.
fine.
A copay is where insurance covers some of what you owe, but you have to pay a certain amount of money every. It's like a tax for the illusion of medical insurance.
Okay. Ooh, I think.
But for some reason, presidential candidates in America who want to get rid of this and make it like Europe are pilloried. It's amazing.
Yeah. I did mostly say that to get a rise out of you. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
No, it's good.
I think why Mira is short is let's see, she doesn't have the most luxurious of lifestyle given what she said to Screed. I think it's because most of whatever saving she had has been put into trying to figure out where Nina is, where her sister is.
Yeah, that's where I was headed with it. So perfect. We're on the same page. Awesome. Yeah, so you're unfortunately short, and so the amount that Amai is in hock for, she's going to find out soon. She hasn't really worked through any of the paperwork at all. She's just been focusing on getting better because that's what you told her to focus on. So she gets out of her little wheelchair and stands up, and I can come back on duty as long as you give me the clearance, Mira.
Amai, you just went through quite a bit. I don't know if you should get back on duty anytime soon. Not because I don't think you're capable. It's just, you take a scrape like that, you want to make sure you're 100%.
I am. I'm 110%. I feel like I could take on the whole rebellion right now.
No, take it from me, Amai. A lot of people have said that, and usually those who end up living up to those words, they try to play it safe, and I believe you when you say you can do this. It's just that I don't think the world shares the same belief. Just take your time. You don't need to come to duty right now.
Well, maybe I could just do some desk work. Keep up on all of the paper. You know how I love filling out forms. I'd love to do it, Mira, because I'm sure you've had to do all this work by yourself for the last week. It's the least I could do. I'm sorry I had you listed, by the way. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, I can find some light paperwork for you to do. I'm sure you're probably cooped up here in the hospital. Just small stuff. Something to keep your mind sharp, I suppose. I think I should look through her. I don't know, tablet pad thing. I don't know what Star Trek is. I'm thinking Star Trek pads. It's not that universe.
They have data pads in Star Trek. It's a thing. It's fine.
Yeah, but this isn't Star Trek. I don't have to be. Okay. Yeah, the Mira looks through her tablet. And did I ever get what that investigation that I got hit on? I don't think I did.
Oh,
at the start of the session.
Start a session. Let's see. You got a.
So we went straight to brunch.
We did. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Sorry, it says roll grit on a hit. You get win an investigation before things get messy. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so you look through. She looks through the data pad, and she says, "Oh wow, did you see this missive from Agent Rex? She went to Montbanks."
Huh? Is she the one in charge of that investigation?
She's actually working on the Pike Syndicate thing. Why would she go to Screet Montbank? He's like a business person. Do you think that they're making him? I don't know.
Well, given that we were involved in that Pike stuff, okay, I'm gonna have a chat with her. But while you're here, could you write like a dossier? Just make a small dossier to send to me, and look through all the facts, what she's put out, what Agent Rex put out. While I'm on my way to talk to her.
Cool. Oh, she's back at the station.
Cool. I'll make my way there. You
I've got her calendar. Do you want me to just drop you in for like a quick 15-minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do this by the books.
We should go now. She limps just a little bit as she's headed towards your speeder bike.
No, I think I'm gonna try to get it from her. Like, I told you need to just calm down and relax. You can sit. You can help me for sure. You just at the moment, why don't you compile what the ISB knows about Screet Montbank and put it all together?
Okay.
For me.
Okay.
You should have access to that tablet. While I talk to you.
Do you need me to get a Johnny cab or something?
No, it's fine. That's fine.
Okay. She'll slide it on the speeder bike behind you, and you guys zip off to the Coruscant Security Bureau main office. You've got her there, so communications with Montbank's probably going to be a little difficult.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I I could try and send text, but I'm on the speeder bike right now. I think I probably won't be able to send him anything at the moment for being Agent Rex. Depending on when this 15 minutes is gonna be, I guess.
Yeah, real easy. We can work that around to where you can communicate with another player character. I'm very happy to have those scenes take place. So let's say that we cut away with you on your way back to the Coruscant security station where the ISB has their own floor. And Cheek, you make your way out of viscosity after a very uncomfortable brunch with your aunt. What do you want to do? You got product. You probably need to move it. Maybe you need to communicate with your boss.
Yeah, I need to communicate with some people. If I haven't heard back from Sarah, then probably I would be checking in with Screet.
Let's check in with Sarah, because I think that is a thing that I want to follow up on. So you got a message from Cheek Isak, the cook, wanting to meet up with you, Sarah Zan.
I think I'll go ahead and do that. If there's a good moment to break away from the Screet as he preps for whatever he's going to do.
Yeah, I'm good with that as long as Tyler's okay with that. Maybe you guys meet at Docking Bay 52, or not Docking Bay 52, but basically, it's basically the docking base. It's the warehouse area where, the giant hole that will allow you to go up to a higher or lower sectors. Maybe you guys meet up there.
I was thinking of the milk bar.
Oh yeah. Let's do that. The Blue Milk Restaurant, Karova Blue Milk Bar.
Yeah, we've got a fun NPC guy there who
we do for Chakub
Nina. Yeah, and it is right by my lab, which allows me to make more poor decisions.
Sounds awesome.
Depending on how this goes.
I like that even better. Sweet. So you're there waiting, Cheek, when Sarah comes in. Sarah, you see that Jakub Nena, the Rhodian who runs the Korova Blue Milk Bar, is there wiping down the counter because he doesn't have much else to do because it's not very busy here. And Cheek is seated.
Yeah. I'm probably sitting at probably not at the bar because I don't want Jakub to necessarily listen. So like there's probably some, whatever the space equivalent of like those rickety plastic tables that not so great restaurants have with the chairs that have like the ads on them and stuff. And I've probably got 2 milks, one in front of me that's mostly empty and one for Sarah that I kind of push forward as she comes in.
Yeah, and just for like my mind's eye, I'm imagining this is like a small area, and then they've got a number of dispensers, kind of like at a yogurt place where you could like, and they're different flavored blue milks, right? That you get your little, and you kind of serve yourself, and so that's how the setup is. I don't know why, but it kind of looks like a yogurt place. So there you go. You've got your drink set up for Sarah. So you come in, you see a Cheek has a rickety table off in the corner where you guys can talk.
You should try this one. It's spiced. I think you'd like it. Jakub got it in new.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, have a seat.
No worries. Got your call. What's up?
Oh, I was how desperate were my messages? I don't remember what I said. We don't need to jump right in. How's business? How's working for Screet going for you?
It's, some days are boring. Today was pretty interesting. Security showed up. Tried to pressure him into doing them a favor.
Corsac?
Yep.
Oh, I thought he had them under his thumb.
That's, a big group. There's probably some that he does, some he doesn't. Who knows?
Sure. It's a dicey business, right? But that's...
Even if you're paying them, I don't think you can trust them.
No, it'd be foolish to trust them at all. But he's been good to you so far?
Yeah, it's a good job. It's good pay, good food. Treats folks well. There's some jerk that I work with. Thinks he can take me one of these days. Can't wait.
Oh, is that one of his enforcers?
Yeah, his name is something like Pee-wee or Twit. Can't remember.
Yeah, he has a bit of a turnover problem with a lot of his employees, you may find, as you are talking around. That's why I was able to get you in as an assassin. The long-term career prospects aren't great, but I thought it was way better than that dead-end job you were working.
Yeah, I think I think it'll be good. I'm a survivor.
But he's got you in the lush apartment, and it's not really the kind of place for you. I've always pictured you as being more on the streets, laying the law down.
Well, we'll see. I think we're going to be doing some activities soon.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
I haven't gone into depth on my lab setup with you yet, but suffice to say, it's very efficient, and I've been able to make a quantity greater than Screet has put in. And being one who likes to seize opportunities and knowing that you're the same, I thought maybe you and I could get this out on the street together, turn a tidy little profit.
Trying to move a lot.
Oh, it's not too much. It's just a little extra. And it's the quality, right? I mean, you can make the terrible poodoo that the non-discriminating types will siphon up. This is high quality. These are purple crystals. And probably open like a tiny little, whatever the name for the small version of a Comptono is. Just give you a little glint of it. So if you run security, I learned a lot from my cousin who used to deal. I think I could handle most of that, but I would need you to be taller than 3.5 feet, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's still still those who pretty much try to ignore you guys as much as they can.
And it helps, but once they notice us, we need someone to put a hurt on. And I've seen the way you can hurt. So I'd like to propose this deal to you using the superior merits of my product, because that's a particular move that lets me not roll with face.
Nice.
Just the worst if I try to do that.
Roll it.
Oh, but this is also the worst. It's a 6.
Nice.
So I assume Rich gets to do something awful, but
I do.
Does that also mean that Sarah automatically thinks it's a bad deal? I'm not sure how that works.
Basically, what it means is that that's a fair question. To me, what it means is that Sarah can see it or not see it. There's no mechanical pressure to make her accept the deal, and because it's a miss, I will have like an MC reaction
Okay.
that I will do.
So we'll just role play out however Scott wants Sarah to respond, but then also bad.
Sure. Well, that is some good looking product there. Pretty high risk right now. Coruscant's looking to crack down on Darth Jawa.
Did they say that?
Yeah. So I'm willing to help you move it, but it's pretty high risk. I'm gonna need to split these profits with you pretty high, 50-50.
Yeah. I mean, you're sticking your neck out there, right? You get half the risk. You should get half the profits.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely a pause while he's running through calculations in his mind. Like, let's see, I might add this.
You're doing the calculations in your head, Cheek. Sarah, you know just how to sit in a place like this to where you can cover all of the entrances and exits. And so you're the one who notices a droid walk in. It's a security droid. And if you wanted to see a picture of it, it's on row 8 of the NPCs and places, E8.
Oh, it is this guy again.
He's totally that guy again. Yeah, and it's making a beeline for Cheek.
Cheek, somebody's coming at you.
Can I spin around in time to notice that, or
You can spin around in time to see that it is pulling out a blaster. What do you do?
I'm ducking under the table and trying to put Sarah between me and this thing.
Nice. Good. So let's see you push your luck to try to get out of the way. Otherwise, if you fail, you're going to get carking shot.
And what is that one plus?
Push your luck is grit.
Oh, hooray, huzzah. It's a weak hit, which is fantastic.
Awesome. On a 7th time, things don't work out quite like you'd hope. The MC will tell you how you can turn things around if you act quickly, make an ugly choice, or tough it out. Yeah. So if you want to not get shot right now, you're basically going to have to shove Sarah in the way, and she will get shot. What do you do?
That might ruin my my plans for a cooperative. Well, she did just agree to protect me, so yeah, okay.
There you go. It's totally that thing. Yeah,
Deal starts now.
Awesome. So you're getting carking shot. The good news is, as an assassin, I think you've got your own. No, you don't. Okay. All right. Sorry. I know there's one move. I just want to double check it. Awesome. When you get carking blasted, roll. Add 1 for each. It's a blaster pistol. It is. The shooter's an amateur. He's non-amateur. You have body armor, if I remember correctly. Yes?
Yep.
Cool. So you add 1 for that. Yeah. Do you have body armor? You don't have a bodyguard. You don't have cover. So you're +2. There we go. Roll +2. On a hit, you'll live.
I got a 9.
Yeah,
6,
you did.
7, 8.
7
Sorry.
to 9. You choose 1, and the shooter chooses 1.
Can I help bump that up to a 10, or is that not?
Oh, you can. Yeah, you want to help? That
Of course,
seems fair.
we're partners. I
Guys
mean,
are
I was
best
always
buds.
it was always going to help.
They were going to help. She
What
had
is help
armor.
plus?
This is the right choice. So help
There.
is really cool. It's on row 18. When you help or interfere after a PC's roll, wager stress, max of +3, and roll. On a hit, you give them the +1 or a -2 to their roll, your choice. On a 7 to 9, you mark however much stress you wagered on the roll. On a miss, mark the stress and prepare for the worst.
I thought it was a 9, but just to confirm, was it a 9 or an 8?
Oh, let's see. You rolled a 6 and it was a +2, so it would be an 8.
Okay, so it doesn't matter, right?
Okay, so we'll just eat it. All right. Thanks for that double check. So the question on 7 to 9, this is on row 23. You choose one and the shooter chooses one. It's bloody, it's messy, or it's painful.
I'm going to take it's painful.
Awesome. Good. So it's painful, -1 ongoing until you get medical attention. I get to choose one as well. And it's bloody. You'll die without immediate aid. So you get carking shot by an E61 Pike Security Syndicate security droid. It shoots you, and yeah, you can react. You can shoot back if you want, but it hurt real bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot back with my my holdout pistol,
Nice.
my blaster.
So when you turn to violence, roll with savagery.
Savagery and +2, but I'm -1, so +1. 6. Not my dice day.
Not your dice day.
Now
Okay.
you can help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now you should.
Now the help will work.
All right. And I believe I can actually wager actual stress this time, unlike last time when I was trying to
That's
help.
right. You were stressed out before. You wanted to help, but you couldn't.
Oh, let's do all 3. Let's
Do it.
What could go wrong?
So much reward for such little risk.
And that's a 12 then.
Paid off. So that pushes you to a 7. On 7 to 9, you will trade harm. You get to choose 2. That is on row 15 if you're looking at the moves in the.
Yeah, I'm going to inflict terrible harm.
Mhm.
I'm going to avoid collateral damage.
Awesome. So go ahead and mark 2 stress, because this is a terrible thing that you've done. You guys traded harm. The droid, you whip out this little holdout blaster, you fire, you hit it right in its central processing unit. It starts to spark and fire, and it falls down to one knee, but it reaches out and it grabs that weapon, and you mark stress because it kind of snaps it out of your hand. So it's taken your weapon away. It is not down, but it is sparking and looks like you hit it pretty well. You guys could try to run away if you think that you can pull that off, or you can continue to try to do violence with this thing and swap some blows. Chief, what do you do?
I'm deferring to the person who can swap blows with a bot and live. Kind of looking at her like, what's the move here?
All right, I'm going to
Hand over the Jawa.
I'll hit you with my vibro knife.
Oh, vibro knife! Turn to violence again.
That shot really hurt.
Yeah, it did.
That's a 7, 8.
Ooh, on a 7 to 9, you get to choose 2 options again.
All right, I'm going to inflict terrible harm again, and I'm going to resist marking stress.
Oh, nice. Good call. So it's messy, right? You're a bloody mess. This thing moves out of the way. You come forward with a vibro knife. You knock over a bunch of tables. Jakub screams and he ducks behind his little counter. He's having the worst week, you guys. And then you jam that thing the vibro knife right into his cybernetic eye, right? That little robot eye. And it zips around and you see the light in its other eye go out. But yeah, you resist marking stress, but the thing, when you pull off of it, you're just filled with adrenaline. You pull off it, you see that it had actually reached into your wound with its little robotic fingers and was trying to grab something inside you. You're in bad shape. Your legs don't really feel great. They are numb. You're gonna have trouble walking.
Yeah, cheek, help, medic. And I'm stumbling almost to my knees.
So the thread is neutralized.
Yes.
Okay. And let's
Here, Jakub. A call security! A call security!
Oh, I look at him and just say, bad idea. And like
Ducks back down.
scariest job. Like all right. I'm trying to think if there's any particular move for it. Like I want to get him help immediately, but I don't want to go through my normal channels.
I mean, if you strained your finances, maybe,
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is rolling plus
Questions.
You
burn through your money.
Yeah, I don't have a large sum of money that I've come into. I will definitely accept let's say illicit medical help.
That makes sense.
And do I have a contact with useful connections? Who do I have as contacts? Oh yeah, I definitely do. What's his name though? It is, we haven't seen him yet, but the community leader who feels responsible for me, Jay Go, the Celestin, would definitely.
Oh, nice.
Someone
okay,
that could help
cool.
out. And if I roll well enough, won't ask questions I don't want to answer. That is a 9. So I may have just set you up for the success at a cost.
Nice. Jay Go, the Celestin. I got to stick that guy in. That is awesome. All
Isn't
right.
he in there? I thought I grabbed him from the.
He is.
Okay.
I just don't have him in the NPCs in places piece, and I was just gonna later find a picture for him and stuff like that. All that stuff. Awesome. All right. Let's think for a second here. So 7 to 9, you scrape together enough dinero. I should probably change that from dinero to something else, but that's okay. Someone notices your largesse. Yeah, I think that Jay Go is the person you reach out to, a community leader who feels responsible for you, this Celestin, and he's not far away. He shows up with a med kit, and he'll patch Sarah together. Sarah, I will allow you to not die because your friend the cook
Very nice.
acted so quickly. So let's cut back to Screep Monkbank. As your assassin's being patched together with kind of a med pack that was maybe had a little dust on it and hadn't been used in a long time, but still had most of the stuffs. So Monkbank.
Yes.
After your run-in with Agent Rex, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm definitely calling Diego.
Cool. So, yeah, Diego had communicated with you, and he answers and he says, "Boss, I have the best news.
Tell me. I need good news.
Chima wants to meet. She was open to the idea. I will tell you, though, she thinks that this is an opportunity for her to move up, so you're going to need to put on your dancing shoes or something. But this is what you wanted, right, boss?"
So she is aware that she's meeting with me.
I mean, I didn't use your name because I didn't think you wanted to be exactly identified right yet, but yes. The person who moves the stuff is in control of 1313. That's who she expects to meet with.
Well, all right then. Yes, let's have this meeting. And where are we to meet?
Setsu's Show Cantina. Is tonight too soon? She's going there tonight.
Tonight is perfect.
Good.
Thank you, Diego. I will consider this redemption for you.
You You don't know how much that means to me. I'm glad that I've made up that black mark.
I trust you shan't ever be marked again.
Okay.
And I'm going to send off a message to Chick that I need the little substance he created for me. And I'm going to get in touch with my friend, the dancer there, to inform her that the Montbank organization would love to have her become a formal part of it. I just need a small task from her this evening.
Nice. So you're reaching out to Atima, the Radataki, who helped you out before. That sounds awesome. And real quick, I don't think, did we take a bio break? I don't think we did.
Not.
Did we? Well, with Keith already out, why don't we just go ahead and make this an official bio break? Sorry for that, guys. Just like 5-6 minutes. So we'll see you guys at 5 or 6 after.
This has been awesome.
Good. I'm glad you're having fun. I'm interested in how this will come out at the Setsu Show Cantina.
I am too. I feel like I've got a bunch of machinations going on, and I don't know. I don't know how you want to deal with it. I could see the cantina being a quick and we move to something else more final, or I don't know what you want to do.
Oh, I am very curious if there will be other NPCs involved in such a thing. Oh man, poor E631 just doing what it was programmed to do.
I'm not a fan of its programming. It should have been a nurse protector droid. There's precedent.
Yeah, Corpike must have the hell of a legal advisor to get that droid out of shooting up a bunch of Jawas in a public place.
I mean, it was Jawas.
Oh, this casual Jawa racism. They got the most fearsome of all their lackeys, the lawyers.
That was so good.
You only serve short time for Jawas.
Oh.
That's bad. I stuck Jago in on row 5. I found a cool picture of a Celestin. Like, that guy looks super serious. Looks
I
like
thought you had one. I didn't think I made him up, but
I did. And I think when I was doing reorganization, I like erased over him accidentally.
Well,
this
he
guy
hadn't
looks
shown up
way
before.
more. Yeah, he hadn't. As well, I was like, I need to trim back so that I can focus on the NPCs that I've featured, because I'll do that. Awesome. So we're going to go to Setsu's Show Cantina for a Screet Montbank's meeting with Chema of the Pike Syndicate. Who else is here from your organization? I know that you set up a thing with Fatima, who works at Setsu's, and I'm curious if you wanted to have your Crooked ISB agent on call, or if you wanted to have your assassin around. Oh, Tyler, you're on talking to mute.
Oops.
Take a drink.
Yes.
Open my Diet Pepsi, take my drink.
So I was hoping Sarah would be there if she's in fit condition. And
she's there, but she is not.
And I was wanting to give a call to Chick to try and have word and perhaps ask if he would be willing to come.
Yeah, I'm wondering, this might be our last scene if it becomes a big thing.
It might be.
So yes, I will come. Before, can I roll to see if we are able to move product? Because that will change.
That makes sense.
Change my outlook on life.
I also want to see the pusher in action anyway. So yeah, you just strained your finances. Jago shows up with the med kit. He says, I'm glad that you saved this woman's life. I'm glad to help her, but this seems very nefarious. He's very worried about you.
I understand, Mr. Go. It is a life I'm trying to get out of. Speak with my aunt. She shares the same worries as you do.
Nice. All right, so let's see you move some product.
All right, hustle. It's not my worst. That's a 10.
What? You are pretty good at this thing. You know how to talk about the best aspects of the product.
Yeah, because I have experience now.
All right, on a hit convert.
I think I'd like to interfere.
Oh.
I will bid 2.
Okay, this is gorgeous.
What are you doing to...
I think I have enough people on the streets that if you're having folks out there pushing stuff in my areas.
Oh, it's not folks, it's me.
Oh, then I think my folks are running you off the patch. As in, when we start hearing someone else is out there dealing, to avoid us knowing it's you, there's enough that it just it gets in the way of you being able to move it quietly. Does that sound fair?
Yep.
Cool. Because even that mid result will at least keep you a little under thumb. So rerolling selected. Oh, that is an 11. Sorry, a 13.
Wow, that's -2 to your roll, so that puts you down to a 7 to 9 result. On a 7 to 9, you run into cops or someone tries to dine and dash. Your choice.
So I don't want to take up a huge amount of time with this. Is part of my consideration with you. Because if someone tried to dine and dash, then I'd be like, Yara, this is why you're here. But then we're going to have a whole cascade of rolls. So what do you think is best for this?
I think, well, it would make sense if maybe those two Coruscant cops who are on the take are the ones who come in and like bust up a little bit. But I don't think they necessarily arrest you, maybe. Maybe they just, I don't know.
Because the idea being is I kept you from getting a huge windfall. That's why I'm trying to intervene.
Okay, that's what you're going for. So it is not convert drugs to creds at market rates as much as you like. It's you got some, and then you had to hightail your butt out of there. Okay.
Yeah, he's worried about people setting up shop. They may or may not know it was you.
Okay, sounds good. And then we can cut to the meeting.
Yeah, so you moved a little bit of product. You got a mixed success, but then you weren't able to. Yeah, you had a little bit of trouble. Yeah, but you recently came into a windfall. I'm about to sneeze, so I'll just.
Bless you.
Thank you. Apologize. Good. So this is like all 4 player characters in one area. It's the best. Can retire at this point, guys. Retire, happy man. Sarah, what is it that we see? How do we know that you are stressed? You get some healing, so you're not near death, but you're nearly stressed out. So what do we see? What is the tell?
She's walking around using her sniper rifle as a cane.
Oh man, that's rough. Okay.
So obviously with the barrel on the ground, not jamming the barrel with whatever's on the floor. But
Cool.
you know, and she's walking a bit slower than she would otherwise be.
Are you all right, Sarah?
It's just a flesh wound. I dropped a knife buttering some bread.
Buttering some bread. Oh. One always has to remember what side of your bread the butter is spread.
Yep. Yep.
And Mira, are you going to try to shake your partner to come to this thing?
Yeah, I was let's see. I was figuring out when to use that move that lets me show up wherever I want to.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, just use that move. There you go. You show up wherever you want to the move.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I spend 1 stress, but after I show up with Coruscant. If I spend 3, I get to show up before them. So the thing is, if I invoke that move, they will show up. So I probably won't do that at the start.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, only when it's dramatically appropriate, I suppose. I still have to talk to Rex, probably. But I think this might be the last scene, so I'll use that when it's dramatically appropriate.
Cool. Yeah, Rex is like the short version of this, like sits on the editing room floor. As Rex is trying to apply pressure to take out the Pike Syndicate. So she's thinking dealing with 2 gangs at a war is untenable, but dealing with 1 is acceptable.
Okay.
So
that
is her general thought on this.
Gets me an idea on when to bring in the Coruscant into this meeting, or if. Who knows? I've got enough stress to burn.
And I'll just go ahead and throw this out there that before you do any of his actions, you get a message from Papa Sunfell inviting you to come down to Setsu's show cantina. Him and Granny Fixit have gone out for a night on the town, and they're there enjoying.
Wait, they're gone for a night on the town and they want me to join?
They're out for a night on the town. They're like, hey, if you want to stop by for drinks later, that'd be good, kind of thing. It's just like a, hey, we're doing this fun thing, and if you happen to stop by for a few drinks, this is where you can find us.
Okay. I think I'll send some sort of sappy note saying, you two scallywags, don't let me ruin your fun. Yeah, well, that invitation's in my back pocket, I suppose.
All right, rock on.
If I can I have 2 seconds to talk with Sheik as we're heading there?
I love that idea.
Where are we meeting ahead of time?
I probably would have called you to say I'm picking you up wherever you'd like for me to pick you up. That there's an important meeting and I need to consult with you as well as, I'm guessing I've already gotten the poison from you, but
Yeah, I think we had it.
yeah.
Taking care of that.
But we have this meeting. It's very important, and I have some concerns for your safety.
Me too. I think wherever we're meeting, I'm like a little bit late is what I wanted to get at. Oh, boss, it's getting hot out there. I had a couple of Coruscant guys try to shake me down like I was some kind of common dealer.
Well, it's not surprising. Chick, Darth Jawa has become too hot.
Well, the marketing and branding is excellent.
Yes, but ISB has taken a whiff. We have to stop dealing Darth Jawa for a while.
But then what?
Well, I trust that you can work in other things.
It's all going to be inferior to that. That's, I mean, with all due respect, sir, have you tried it?
No.
It's
what?
Very good.
Is it, Chick? My. It's always dangerous to become your best customer, Chick.
Right, but I mean, if you're a chef, you got to taste the meal as you're making it. You don't know.
Slick or spice, something different, my boy. We're going to have to go elsewhere. I'm going to, hopefully tonight, put an end to some of our difficulties. And, my dear boy, sometimes when one has family one cares about, as I know you do, we have difficult choices to make. I spoke to you about, I believe, one of your family members wanting to leave Coruscant. A new start, somewhere fresh, somewhere they don't have to live in such squalor. I could help you with that.
I actually don't remember that. Was that were we talking about my aunt at one point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was, I think, where I pulled out a thing in one of our meetings.
Okay.
In the limo. I can arrange that. I need you. You're extremely talented. However, Pib, I fear, may have to, well, let's just say serve a bit more for the family.
Are you proposing a deal?
I am.
Yes.
I'll get your aunt out, but Pib's probably going to have to go down to Coruscant, or more importantly, ISB.
All right, so he would have to take a fall.
He'll have to take the fall. We'll make sure he lives. I have some thoughts on making sure he lives. But but somebody's got to go down.
All right, roll them dice and let's see.
Alrighty. That's a 10, since that's a face roll.
All right, on a 10 plus, they have to choose. Take the deal as it stands or mark stress.
Can I interfere with that one?
You can, being a PC.
Okay, yeah, because I really would like to declaim authority because I want to accept it. So let's see. I am getting very stressful now, but 5 seems stupid at this point. So let's do 2. And I think basically I'm throwing out a lot of technobabble and trying to prolong this because I know you want to have it done before we get to this place. So let's see how that
See how it goes.
And I'm going to wager 2, which gets me to the middle.
Which means you are affected, but you eat the stress. So you're up to a 4 stress.
Okay.
And that pushes that roll down to the 7 to 9 range.
And that lets me accept it and look like it wasn't my fault, which is basically what I wanted.
Excellent.
What a nice and clever use of our moves.
So it's essentially, Pip has had many options to rectify his behaviors, and it's a natural consequence should he be captured for his misdeeds.
Exactly. And he'll be well rewarded upon his release.
In my head, okay, whatever. Just like,
That sounds good. Thanks for telling me that. That assuages all of my guilt, right? That's what you're saying?
It's like I didn't have a whole lot of guilt. He's not a good son. Like, he is finally helping his aunt by going to jail. That is his. He had a chance to give her money. I gave him money to give her. He did not. Brought this on himself. That's declaiming the responsibility right there.
As you guys arrive, Sarah, being a good assassin and keeping an eye on your boss. So anything you'd like to do as you guys enter Setsu's show cantina? I've got a kind of picture of it on row 5, starting in column I. There, just to give you an idea of it. There's a pretty Twi'lek pair that are singing and performing. There's some jazz music playing, a few bish in the background.
I think I'm going to try to get set up in the in maybe a corner overlooking everybody else.
Okay.
And what was the additional equipment I took? I think I did not take. Yeah, and I'll just have my silencer on my rifle, but I'm just set up and observing from the dark corner, the darkest corner I can find.
Okay. And why don't you, sounds like you want to maybe read this situation a little bit. You've got a move called the Look. Would you like to engage that?
Yep. And I got a 9.
All right. On a 7 to 9, you get to ask one question.
All right, so I'll be guess we're just setting up, but my question would have been, what's my enemy's true position?
So you set up a Setsu's, you get a nice dark corner, and you do spot Chema. But along with Chema, you also take note of a rigger. I'm using Shadowrun terminology. Basically, a person who has ability to command droids. Guy by the name of Solomon Falwyn. You know that he is a hired gun. And he is keeping a very close eye on Chema, and she does not seem to be aware of his presence. Perhaps he's a tail.
Okay, so I'm going to keep a really close eye on that.
Yeah. Because Chima, being the consort of the representative of the Pike Syndicate, if she's here and the Pikes aren't aware of it and he reports back, that's not going to go well for her at all. So yeah, that's what you get from your read. Otherwise, you feel relatively comfortable here. They've repaired everything after you heard that this Trandoshan and a Wookiee got into some huge brawl, Sarazan here, and they like messed up a bunch of tables, and yeah, wasn't a good scene, wasn't a good look, but that was a whole week ago, so it's fine. Happens. So we will pick up with Screet arriving. Cheek, do you stay with Screet, or is this a thing where you kind of tail off?
Sure. Sounds more interesting. If Screet's cool with it, then I will.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. And I will, if possible, have had Etima at least somewhere during the course of the evening try to serve Chima with her particular vintage of drink that Chick has provided me.
Ah, okay. Okay, cool. So just so I'm clear, the expectation for this poison is that
Time delay with an antidote.
Okay, time delay with an antidote.
Right, that I can give antidote over and over and over again.
Okay, cool. So then it sounds like you're enforcing big shot here.
I think so.
You want an agent to solve a problem on your behalf by giving her a Mickey, as it were. Roll with face.
Alrighty. That's an 8.
All right. On a 7 to 9, you choose one.
Oh, yeah, I should look at that. Sorry.
They keep their wits in focus, they minimize incriminating evidence, or they avoid collateral damage.
They keep their wits. She's got to do this right.
Okay. Cool. So let me ask just one last question. When Scree had asked for the poison, it wasn't like a poison for Pikes. It was, give me a poison that's kind of a fast-acting general type thing, right? And we're assuming that while it's like Star Wars, most sentient beings have similar physiologies to where...
No, I think you had to tailor it, didn't you?
He did say for Pike.
Okay,
but
good.
Depending on what happens, it may also affect other creatures, although I did get a strong hit on creating it. I remember that.
Perfect. Okay. Yes. I remember it being very effective. I just, for some reason, that particular detail I was a little fuzzy on. I want to clarify, and I appreciate it. Sorry for that, but I appreciate your understanding, friends. So the two of you come up as you're heading towards where Chima is seated. We'll say that she's in... if you look at the picture of Setsu's show Cantina, the way I'm imagining that it works out is that there are a couple of kind of wings on either side. So there's this main thrust here, and then a couple wings to the side, which have maybe the whole velvet rope type thing, like you have to pay to sit up there, and she's in one of those. And I'm imagining it's not a table, it's like a booth, like one of those horseshoe booths. Those are cool and kind of posh and everything. And so she's there, and it's a little lower light. It's the kind of thing where she can blend in a little bit, isn't super ostentatious about being here. And as you're making your way over, Screet, Etima meets your eyes, and she gives this like subtle nod, like giving you
excellent
the nod that she confidently believes that she has effectively poisoned Chima Pike.
I'll motion for Chick to slide into the booth before I do.
She seems surprised that you've brought a Jawa, but she settles that she's wearing a nice green dress, like this rich green fabric that is kind of like velvet. She stands up a little bit. Hello.
Please. Hello, Chima. I'm so glad you've agreed to meet with me.
The pleasure is all mine. I'm sorry I haven't had the opportunity to meet your friend.
I'll look over at Chick to give the opportunity for him to say or not say his name.
I was going to give you the opportunity to say or not. I'll just say I'm Mr. Mountbank.
One of my more capable, let's say, specialists. Perhaps we'll speak of that more in a few moments. Gina, it is obvious that the problems that are going on now are not sustainable. Your friend, let's just call him friend for the moment, who has been leaning on my territory. I can't stand for that to continue. There's no reason for you to go down with him. And go down he will.
He's very well funded.
Oh, well, I'm sure that's going to leave his heir in good shape.
And if he is gone, what happens to his associates?
Well, those with great talent will find themselves gainfully employed. I don't think you will find anyone who is in the Montbank organization who does not speak of having the very best of recompense. I take care of my own. I'm not sure Pike does that.
You have definitely proposed a deal. So the deal sounds like is, hey, go along with us taking out the Pikes, and I will save a spot for you. Is that
a spot for you and any of those that you think have talent to take on? Because I will lean into this sort of idea of people who are good can find a new home.
I'll dig it.
All right. So, rolling with face. That's a 9.
Is any help coming from your associate? You only have that one stress.
Precious little stress.
You don't have to. I just want to ask before
it's interesting though. Yeah, I will. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to say, it's true. Mr. Montbank goes above and beyond. He is going out of his way to take the finest of care of my aunt. And I wager the stress.
Actually, telling the truth. That's adorable.
Well, also kind of like, remember what you said, and I'm backing you up on this just to make sure you won't go back on it. And it's a 10.
Wow. That pushes you to a 10 plus. They have to choose, take the deal as it stands or Mark's stress. Yes. I have heard a great deal about your organization. I feel that it may be the best opportunity that has come my way in quite a long time. I never had a choice in who I was assigned to. I hope you understand.
I do understand. It's the nature of the beast.
Sarah Zan, as you're watching this conversation, you see that hired hand has been watching your boss, and it seems like Solomon Falwyn may have seen enough as he pulls out his comm link, but then decides that he wants to go somewhere where it's a little quieter. and he starts to head outside of Setsu's show cantina to make a call. What do you do?
This was the guy that I'd seen.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna I think I'm gonna follow him. Probably take a shot at him, depending on how open the space is out there.
Nice. So maybe, and it's a little bit of a stretch, but I kind of like this movie anyway because it could give us some interesting results. So why don't you track him down? Use Hunter.
Yep. So Hunter is savagery +2.
Because on a hit, you'll catch him exposed or vulnerable.
11.
Wow. On a hit, you catch them exposed or vulnerable. That is perfect. So you follow him outside with your big sniper rifle. You see that he's headed into a little alley, and he's on his little comm unit, and he's got a puck for like a little hollow, and you see the core pike, little blue hollow of core pike as he's starting to have a quick conversation with him. What do you do?
I shoot him.
Nice. I think you just need to turn to violence here.
Turn to violence.
Yeah, I think turn to violence, but he can't really do harm back to you. So it's almost a push your luck, but I don't want to have you roll with one of your worst stats when you're actually doing violence. So we'll just call it a turn to violence.
I got an 11.
Okay. Choose 3.
I will choose terrible harm.
That will kill him.
I resist marking stress, and I avoid collateral damage.
Perfect. And like I said, he can't harm you back. So those are only 3 choices you needed to make. What does it look like when you take out this poor rigger?
So the sniper, I guess this is like a bolt. My son always uses the right terms, the slug throwers.
Mm-hmm.
So just his neck just disappears. Head just falls forward, and I'll just walk calmly back inside.
Nice. So yeah, his head disappears. The puck drops to the ground, wobbles a little bit, and Corpike's looking. What about her? What? And then his hollow will cut off. We'll cut back inside. Screet, Chimma's accepted the offer. I'm sorry.
Chimma, just tell me, where is Core now? Where is he and his people? And I will have him done with.
She seems a little nervous, like this is it, right? This is the put up or shut up moment. She says, there is the edge of your territory, there is a cleaners. You're near a restaurant that sells blue milk.
Jimmy, I feel sad to say this, but as we said, it is the nature of the beast. I'll look to check. There's an antidote for the poison you've ingested this evening. You will be just fine as long as things go as we expect. And all of this will seem like a bad dream soon. Now, you told me the truth, didn't you?
She coughs a little. I did. I did. There's an underground underneath the cleaners. There's an entire place where he stays. I've been there. That's how we've kept eyes on.
Cool.
It's well protected. There are a number of droids. That's why it's been so easy to hide.
Good. See, we're starting in a place of trust. Chick, would you please, as I turn and hit my comm and call Mira and give her the address. I'll be letting Agent Rex know in a moment. You should hurry.
And she'll look to Cheek as if she kind of understands, hey, this is going to keep me from dying.
I got a little flask ready to go.
Cool. And she'll quaff it quickly and excuse herself. And she looks like she's going to beat feet. She's not entirely sure if she's still got a job, but yeah, she's pretty sure this didn't go the way she planned.
She's got a job.
Nice. So you call Mira.
Mira, this is where Pike is. You take him out, and, well, a lot of our problems will be solved.
Oh, take a drink, Leandro.
It said muted. Is it unmuted? this darn mic. It's slow, and I'm out of drink. Darn. Yeah, I just want to point out Stormtrooper come there. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Mira says like, duly noted. Screed, I'll take care of that.
Thank you.
I think Mira says like quick pleasantries and advice in terms of the communicator. I think she's still at the ISB at that time. She was just about ready to go and meet up with Papa Sunfell and have fun. Just trying to like, I think she's gonna straight up tell Agent Rex. I think they had that talk. They had like that quick chat like, oh, why are you doing this? And I think Mira will just kind of like straight up to Agent Rex's, who I think has an office. I think.
Yeah, that feels right. You've got a bullpen, but Agent Rex has an office.
Yeah. And I think I just like do a quick knock and so like, Agent Rex, sorry to bother you again. I know we just had a talk, but
that's quite all right, Agent Sunfell. Please come in.
And Mira closes the door behind her. And she says, like, I've got a lead on Core Pike's whereabouts, which I figure it will be of interest to you.
Of course it will be. I've been able to produce several arrest records for him. He is known all across the Mid-Rim. We can arrest him as soon as we find him. I'll make sure that your name is noted in the report.
Well, that's the thing. I'd prefer that my involvement in this case be not noted, so to speak.
Curious. Why would you not want part of this collar?
Well, I wouldn't want to take away from your efforts, Agent Rex. After Core Pike was your investigation. I am just a bystander in the case. Besides, the honor should be yours. You've been building up to this for quite some time. You wouldn't have had the evidence and the overwhelming force to arrest them on the spot if not for your work.
I think you're trying to justify your behavior here.
Yeah. Is with. Oh wow! Why do I get the bad rolls? That's a 2. Wow.
She looks at you for a long moment. You hear the whirring, the movement of that cybernetic eye. And then she breaks eye contact. Thank you very much. I'll make sure that your information is noted, but your name is not attached. I appreciate it, Mira.
Just doing my best, Agent Rex. And Mira will like she'll say like, yeah, what Screed passed along.
Cool. She is going to. You see Agent Rex tapping out on her data pad as she's calling in some Coruscant security. She's going to basically go on a raid right now, and since you've excused yourself, you won't be going along. She gets up, grabs her blaster, and will be heading out. And that's when Anmai comes up to you. Mir, do you have a second?
Yeah, I tell you to go take a break, to go get rest. Wait.
Right.
Yeah.
And she hands you some coffee, just the way you like it. Says, "Come over to my desk. Come on, I gotta show you something. This is amazing."
Okay. All right. What have you got?
She said, "Well," sits down and she pulls up a little little virtual keyboard and the data pad, and she tilts it to where you can look. So I went through a few back channels, which is probably why everybody missed it, but this Montbank guy, I'm glad you had me looking into him. You know, he's actually allied to some nobles off-world. Were you aware that the Amwadi family actually has some interest in trying to find him?
The Amwadi.
Yeah, the Montbank family is very well placed, and Palpatine had a thing, but he's gone, and so now they're trying to reach back out to him. He has some, he has some family responsibilities, it looks like.
Remind me again, Tyler, why is your family, why would this, remind me again?
We were pretty highly placed. We were diplomats here to the Republic, and I had to run from Palpatine, so it's conceivable. Yeah, I mean, this rings true.
I mean, maybe you already knew it, because I see here that you and Screed have been friends, right? Friends for a while?
Yes, our family took him in when he was needed.
So I guess maybe this is some good information for you, but I'm pretty sure that he's involved in some kind of drug trade as well.
Mira has taken on like a very like sour sort of for Pudu's sake sort of look, but she puts on like a best. She puts out a sigh and says, "I was afraid of that." I might open a file on the screen mount pad. We have to dig into this a bit deeper. We lost track of him a while back. I was just, you know how it is. Choose.
This could get you in a lot of trouble, Mira. We should do something to make sure that you don't get pulled down with him.
It's fine. It's fine, I know what I've done, but well, you know me. If I have to choose between upholding family or upholding the law, I think Mira like looks at my straight eye. You know what I choose.
I really hope you weren't involved in this, Mira, because I've already filed my report. I just wanted to give you the heads up. You've been so good to me, and I just don't want to believe that you're involved. So you should be careful, okay?
The cameo puts her hands on my shoulders and just like kind of gives her like that mentory squeeze. Her injuries in the leg, so she's not hurting anything.
Right.
She's
Yeah,
just like,
that's fine. She's not going to react to this. This is not painful
Yeah.
for her at all.
Yeah. Alma, you are a credit to the ISB. You know that. Whatever's gonna happen, I know you did what you thought is right. It's gonna be okay.
You knew about this, didn't you? I'm sorry I got you in trouble.
It's
But-
fine.
But we have a job to do, and
We have a job to do. That's correct. I've turned a blind eye over what my family's been up to, and yes, I considered Screed effectively. But we do have a job to do. Don't misunderstand me, Alma. I know what I have to do. If it gets me into trouble, I'll take what comes my way.
okay.
Don't beat yourself up over doing your job.
I mean, okay.
Now, are you gonna go get a rest? Take some rest. Come on.
Okay. And she pushes herself back from her desk and swipe. The virtual keyboard disappears, and she takes the data pad, powers it off. I'm gonna go now. I filed the report, but nobody's probably gonna look at it until tomorrow. Mira.
Get some rest on my.
Okay. I'll get some rest. Take care of yourself, okay?
You too.
And she will limp her way out of the bullpen. And I think based on time, maybe we move to epilogues.
Yeah.
All right. So let's cycle over to Keith. For Cheek, what is the epilogue? So epilogues, because Scott, I don't think we've played a game where before. So epilogues are just a way to put your character to bed. Try not to override anyone else's epilogue. It can be next week. It could be many moons later. It could be a end scene for that character. It could even be your way to just kind of put them to bed, as it were. So what is the epilogue that we see for Cheek at the end of this particular session?
I think it is like a tracking shot of a tearful goodbye to his aunt getting on the spaceship, and all the promises of like, now that you're taken care of, I don't have to do that anymore. I can get out of the trade. Finally, I can make good. As he walks back to his refurbished lab and puts the final touches on his spice. Big Moth is what I'm calling that one. And he gleefully puts it together with the third reification filter that Screet has gotten for him to make this, since he needs something new, and has it sent out by courier immediately.
He's still in the life. Oh, that's awesome. So Scott, for Sarah Zan, what is the epilogue we see for her?
I think Sarah feels like she's paid her debt to Screet and takes some of the credits that her and Cheek made and buys her way off planet to go be a hired gun out in the Outer Rim.
Nice. Nice. I like it. I like it. And then, Leandro, what is the epilogue we see from Mira?
Ooh, it's tricky because I might or might not be deciding some stuff that might happen to Screet. I think we see Mira at her desk, and there's some view screens are open. There's still that wanted notice for her sister Nina. She's sending her weekly message that's never going to be answered back to her youngest sister, Luna, who never answers back.
Never.
God, no, she's busy doing other stuff. And I think as she's kind of like working her desk, I think she's called in by, let's say, that's not the wrong spreadsheet. One of the ISB agents, Tanis DeRay, one we never saw, but one I marked as suspicious of her. And I think right before Mira like steps away from her desk, she gets like a shot of of her sister who's missing and wanted for murder. Well, a lot of things: murder, possession of an assassination droid, abetted murder because of that assassination droid. Christ, that droid was a lot of trouble. And I think she sees that, and I think then the next shot we see is like Mira like at an interrogation room, and she's calmly laying out what she knows of Screet Mountbank.
Rolling on Screet? Oh my. Old friend. Oh, this is so end of the Shield. It's great.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry. Like, there's family, and then there's family, you know?
Okay, Tyler. I guess that sets you up for a certain kind of thing.
I mean, if you want to have another idea, I can roll that back. But like, okay.
And so I suppose for Screet at the end, we see Screet in a much lowered position, probably in whatever passes for the orange jumpsuit of the Empire, as he's been arrested. And he's at one of those, the plate glass window where he's talking through it. And we see Chima there. She's saying, make sure that everything continues as usual. Don't worry, everything will be fine. And she sort of nods as he stands up and begins walking to the back. And as he's walking to the back, he's met. Now, this is post-Palpatine and a bit of time, right?
Yeah.
I'm asking you, what happens to Coruscant? Does it stay Imperial for a long time?
It stays Imperial for a few years before the New Republic is able to unseat it.
Excellent. Then as he's walking back with his two guards, one of them turns to him and says, "Are you ready, Ambassador?" "I suppose so." And the guy flashes a rebellion pendant towards someone at a door. "Your family's been waiting, sir," as we head out.
Nice. Congrats. Cool. So I know it's last session and we're at time, but normally what we would do is at the very end of the session, we would go over the keys to see if anybody needed to mark XP. I'll just trust you to your own devices. We probably won't be revisiting this because we definitely brought these characters' lives to an interesting end. But if anyone would like to stick around, I'd love to hear just a few stars and wishes. Stars are positive feedback to your fellow players. You talk about particular moments that you enjoyed. Wishes are anything, notes for me for future runs of Hutt Cartel, or this is a thing that I'm going to start instituting in the Star Wars stuff, particular NPCs that you would love to see in future sessions of Star Wars Saturdays. Oh, okay. Keith's got to go. Thank you so much, Keith. Appreciate playing with you.
Love playing with you,
we'll see
Keith.
later, man. Awesome. So, for anyone that can stick around, we will do stars and wishes. Who'd like to go first for stars and wishes? You can do them all in one fell swoop.
I'll go because I don't have a hard out, but I slammed into this session without having had dinner, so I'll go first. That's on me. I chose this instead of dinner.
Oh
so,
man.
Oh, don't feel bad again. My terrible choices. Besides, all we're just gonna have is ham. That's all we've had in the past week. Ham after ham after ham. Anyway, stars again. Everyone just like really leaned into like just the absolute like just. Everyone's kind of really terrible. There's gonna be sliding degrees of terrible, but like I love everyone just leaning in. I love Scott's very blasé sort of assassin. Just yeah, no, this is what I do, and I love that interaction with that Duros guard at the start, even though the roles were not there. Just Sarah just being like unfazed or like no, yeah, we will have a fight later. No, shut up, I'm doing my job. No, go feck off. And again, just yeah, and just like. Even when getting shot bloody or messy, I don't think we ever got the sense that she was ever perturbed by that. So I like just like this like unperturbable assassin, just like I guess I have to do this kind of a death. Screed is just oh god, just this Machiavellian just like spider twisting all these threads towards him. The only way he could be defeated was by epilogue fiat. If it wasn't for that, I think he would have taken over 1313. Jesus Christ. And I think not only that, but the way like just the menace that Tyler he brought to him. It's just like even when having like brunch with a quote unquote family friend, he did still feel so calculating. That kind of partially was why I decided to have Mira turn on him. Just like we'll do this for you. I love the unctuous nature of him, and yeah, the whole poison plot, which was carried over from last session. I love that we got to fire that off, which is great. And again, Rich, again, just like I love these NPCs. Like it's actually hard to like. I know you're doing probably some sort of Padawans in the vineyard, and I'm like, oh no, I want that NPC to show up there for no good reason, and I know I'm not going to be on that, but everyone's just going to be so confused. Yeah, I love this. Like, I don't know. I just really like how you embody all this Star Wars stuff, especially fitting it in a different context, like Hutt Cartel. Even though it fits really well, like it fits really, really well to this Star Wars milieu. And yeah, I love these characters. I love you give us. I think my main star, and I'm sorry, it's like you give us so much foundation to just bounce off of. There's like a lot of NPCs and a lot of hooks and a lot of like different like places. Like oh, you can go here. Here's where the people are. So it's not just like oh, I'm gonna create. I mean, but also you let us also create random NPCs first. So I was like. And also thanks for putting with all my Sunfell bullshit. Like shared world where you let me create
all the Sunfells. It's great.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Thanks very much, Rich.
Mid 2020, we play it's just me and Leandro, but Leandro has to play all of the Sunfells.
Oh, God. There's only 3 so far. Who knows what will be in 2020?
We'll bring Tyler or Scott in to play Papa Sunfell, just so you have some other player to bounce off of. Good stuff. Thank you so much, Leandro. Who'd like to go next for Stars and Wishes?
I'll happily hop in, or you want to go, Scott?
I could go. I keep myself to a 1 star.
Okay.
Maximum / minimum. And for this session, I actually want to give it to Tyler for how amazingly he just absorbed into the Screet role. It was just wow. It was really good. Everybody did a great job, but just once he was on screen, he was Screet. It was really, really cool to see. So and it was really fun to jump in with you guys and join this session. So I'd never played on a Star Wars game, Star Wars Saturday, just for timing purposes for me. And then also never played Cartel. And I agree with Leandro. Pretty good fit.
Nice. Thank you. Tyler, bring us home with yours.
First off, start Scott for hopping in here at the end, and very much like a Star Wars movie, it was ramping towards, just stuff on stuff on stuff on stuff to get to an ending. And yet you filtered right in with a character that fit perfectly. You did neat things. The personification was right there. I understood Sarah as, this tough assassin, this, again, like Leandro said, just nonplussed by anything that was occurring. Just professional. And you did it so nicely. It was just really well done. Leandro, I adore playing with you. You're like one of my favorite human beings on earth. And Mira, just a great character, lovely to play off of together. You came in with it being you wanted a cynical, kind of calculated character, and instead a really kind of sweet character that was the nicest person we sort of dealt with, which was super cool. I loved everything we did, and I loved everything that you did. Your stuff with Rich and your partner was spectacular. Those were just really, really nice scenes. Just great. Rich, huge star for how this whole thing in 3 sessions hit and finished. It all wrapped. It felt very much in Star Wars with these cartel rules. I agree with everyone. This is a great fit. You put all the foundation in for it. Really nice. It was a stellar game. It really was. It was phenomenal. And just to put a wish out there, since it's stars and wishes, I wish I could play more of this. This is Hutt Cartel is perfect. It is perfect for Cartel, and it is perfect for Star Wars. This is just a well-made thing. So I wish I could play more with it. It was just lovely.
Well, thank you. I agree. I really love running Hutt Cartel. It always hits. You guys were fantastic. Stars to Leandro for playing this complicated, just dark character that wanted the right thing to happen, and seeing her get mixed up with her wide-eyed little partner, and not taking it like I was totally ready for you to assassinate her. Like I thought, yep, here's the opportunity. You're gonna have to kill your partner to keep your secrets, but no, you rolled. And Screet was chef's kiss. Tyler, I love the Montbank vibe. He is so cool. Scott, others have said it, but let me parrot that I appreciate you jumping in, immediately having a very interesting character that felt lived in and felt like they were super competent. That was fun. Like, just felt like an assassin who'd done their job and wasn't exactly pleased by it as much as this is the thing I know how to do. That was a very lived in feel that I have for the character. Super interesting. Thank you all so much for playing, and this was super fun. I'm great 3. It was like a little Christmas present for me to get to play Hutt Cartel with you guys. So we'll go ahead and bring this to a close. I'll stop the live